Hey guys, I am here back with Deanne Taylor with Hometown Lenders. And, we have chatted a couple times on here. Last time we kind of dove deep into like current interest rate, mortgage stuff. Deanne really is my go-to lender with any questions that I have and any clients that I have that need assistance in buying. I can't stress enough how important it is anymore to have a good lender working with you. There's just a lot of little nuances. Everybody wants to shop rates, find the best deal, when the reality is what happens is a lot of these outfits that have a great rate advertised just have a lot of fees cooked in, pages down on the statements that are hard to understand. So Deanne, the company she's with, is very competitive on their fees and absolutely right in line on rates and the whole 9 yards. So, but this week, what we want to do is we just wanted to have a little fun with this and jump more into what areas of the coast that we personally like the best. So you will find in Newport, Newport is kind of the hub of Lincoln County. We kind of call it the county seat. But within an hour, either way, north or south, there's so many little towns, areas, along with our neighboring city, Lincoln City. It's only 30 minutes to the north. So every one of the towns and areas around here have their own beauty, their own advantages, and there really is just kind of a town for everybody. Deanne and I both have our own special interests that brought us to the coast, and that has a lot to do with why we personally live in the areas that we live in. I know, along with just having beautiful beaches, Deanne is pretty into the fishing scene, and her husband Mark ended up to the south of us here, down in Waldport for a very specific reason. And I'll let her share a little bit about why she likes that area, and then I'll jump in and we'll kind of riff on some other areas as well. Go for it, Deanne.
Hey, everybody. Deanne Taylor with Hometown Lenders. As you can see from the backdrop, we actually purchased a dodecacon home. And it's got a garage extension, but we are in the Bayshore community. Love Waldport. We love our community. I'm actually sitting here in our house looking at the beach. We have a perfect view of the beach. Our beach is, I don't know, it's quiet, unmatched. I prefer it, less people. Our dogs play with no issues. Mark does fish and he crabs. And, and you can either crab off of the shores over in the bay, or you can crab in the boats. You can fish either. So it's a great place. We have kayaks. We enjoy everything about this area.
Should we let loose our little secret spot behind the hotel?
We should.
Should we let him in on our little secret spot behind the hotel?
Yeah, so they're in the bay on the west side of the bridge. We have a small little hotel that's in the bottom of the Bayshore community. And you can actually put crab pots out there and have them filled in a day. You can limit on crab. You can also dig for clams. My husband's heavy into the clams, and that is directly behind the hotel. You dig right there in the shoreline and limit with clams. So you get the best of the best. You know that. I mean, this is the cool little place. The best thing that both my husband and I like about this area is the lack of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We came
Well,
from
that's
Portland.
what's cool down
So,
there. Yeah.
yeah.
So when you, and this is what's great about the area south of Newport, is when you cross, and my joke is whenever I'm working with somebody that's looking down there, I'm like, yeah, there's a line in the sand south of the Newport Bridge that like nobody crosses. And it's crazy. Like you go down and so when you leave Newport to the south, you go through a long stretch of open beaches, bunch of different beach accesses, and then you come to Seal Rock, which is a little town that's like almost a town. It's got a post office, wood carving shop, and a fudge shop.
And now a pizza place and a Chinese restaurant.
Along with actually my favorite place to get souvenirs for people. There's a little glass float shop there that is phenomenal. And they have all these different artists that come in and that work in the back blowing floats, and you can sit and watch them. And then it's pretty cool. But
yeah,
so Seal Rock, and then you go further south, and all these areas. So I think Seal Rock is like 7 or 8 miles from Newport. And then Waldport's another 6 or 7 miles from Seal Rock. So it's like I think from Deanne's house to my office in Newport is like 18 minutes. So we're really not. Yeah, that's if you got to wait at the stop sign by the Bay Mart,
right?
But yeah, so South County that's kind of the cool thing about down there is it's definitely a little more spread out.
Yeah.
And Alsea Bay is awesome. I mean, I was just over there day before yesterday. We went out crabbing. I think we ended up with like 18. We just went out for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, took the kids out. The big ones are starting to fill in now. So this is the time of the year where you start getting, 6 to 8 inch crabs, which are pretty good for Dungeness. And so really fun area if you're into the fishing, crabbing, salmon and steelhead come up the Alsea. And then also, like I've got a listing coming up out in Tidewater, which if you go east 10 miles up that road, then you come into Tidewater, which is up the salmon and steelhead fishing up there are phenomenal. And then all of a sudden you're outside of a small town and it's super low key and you don't get the beach weather influence. It's in the summertime. My wife's going out there to go camping tonight and it'll be like 10 to 15 degrees warmer out there. So you got that right in your backyard where you can go like when you want to go get some heat, it's just 5-10 miles up the road and it's like a totally different climate. So that's pretty cool. So and then I actually live to the north. I'm on the north side of Newport in Agate Beach, which I'm actually what they call North Agate Beach. So our neighborhood is divided by a lighthouse, and if you're on the south end, there's Agate Beach, which is where the surfing beach is. Cool little surf shop down there, Aussie surf shop, and then. And then you're just a couple miles from town. Neighborhood really mixed, like everything from. I really enjoy it because it's everything from little starter homes up to the full-on oceanfront villas, and it's all right here in the same neighborhood. Good mix of residents and vacation houses and. Like I like being on the north side of Newport because I obviously from behind me, I surf and we've got a number of great surf spots right here. As well as like I was just telling Deanne before we got on, this morning I grabbed my coffee and ran up to Lincoln City and went and checked there and ended up going out at one of the surf spots out there. So if I'm on the north side of Newport, then all the surfing to the north is accessible. And I love that because I love going up. I'll bomb up to Pacific City all the time or, I just have a number of things that I like to do to the north of Newport. So it's kind of cool being on this side. And then also like the Fred Meyers and Safeway and all that's right on the north side of town. So I don't have to go into town for anything. So it's like, I live like 2 miles from Newport, and it's like, I can go days without even going into Newport, because I've got my little hardware right on the edge, and and then if I'm really desperate, then I might have to hit Fred Meyer's there, but yeah, I can be right there and really like not have to go there too much. And then obviously, and also I also am part owner in a surf shop up in Otter Rock, and so for me, I've got Newport being kind of the hub of the county there for real estate is great. But then also I can run up and work the surf shop up in Otter Rock. And if I'm in Agate Beach, it's 5 minutes up the road. So that's kind of what's drawn me to this area.
I just feel like the area, from Lincoln City down, and including Yachats, which is just south of me. Mm-hmm. There's something for everybody. There literally is something for everybody. And prices are mixed. You can have the upper level, beachfront big home, or you can get something that's economical and affordable, second home, which is what we have, and we dig it.
Yeah. Well, and I just had somebody reach out to me about a place up in Depot Bay that it's just a cute little single level home. It's on the street that bends around by the point there, like to the south of Depot Bay, the neighborhood cuts in. Yeah. I mean, it's on the oceanfront street. It's on the other side of the road, but it's like $270,000. I mean, we have like below median priced houses that are, it's, not ocean view houses, but I mean, literally right there, you're watching the waves crash on the rocks when you're walking the dogs and stuff. And you're like, you've got those $1 million estates, like kitty corner to your house, you're right.
Exactly.
Neighborhood. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I mean, that's a big plus I'd say to this area. It's like, I love my trips to California, and we go down there all the time, but like I shop real estate down there, and like you go to somewhere like Santa Cruz or something like that, and if you want to get in one of the cool little ocean neighborhoods, you're like median price is 1.3 to 1.5 million for like a little starter house, and that's just not the case here. So I think that's cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's definitely the reason that drew us here. Mm-hmm. And you were here. And so,
mm-hmm.
You showed us what was here, and we found our little gem.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And I know, like Ian mentioned Lincoln City, that's, I found myself spending more and more time there because I have a lot of clients that end up wanting Lincoln City. Like there's a lot more houses up there, so it's like, I'm finding like when I'm doing home searches and somebody's trying to get like, look, I want to get the most house for my money. Like a lot of the times we're up there, like and that's just volume based. It's just, there's more houses, so there's more options. And
you have the beach on one side and you have the lake on the other side, right? In Lincoln City.
Yeah, you've got Devil's Lake behind you, and you've literally got like, I find new beaches in Lincoln City all the time, like hidden in the middle of town.
Right.
Like I mean, there's so many different little like nooks and crannies where it's like, I find beaches that I had no idea existed. That are like, I drive by them all the time. So it's pretty cool. Like, and that, for a lot of people like that want more action and more to do, and I think there's more. Like you have kind of more nightlife and more going on in that sense up there, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then also like people I have that are up in Portland getting second homes. Like it's nice because they can bomb down. Land's End is a really cool or Rhodes End is a really cool little neighborhood to the north. And like from Portland, you can be there in, I want to say it's like it's under 2 hours, depending on where you're at.
It's 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just.
I think I used to go that way. When we first bought down here, I drove that way.
Yeah, highway where
yeah.
you cut it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just easier to go 5 in Corvallis.
Well, that's what's cool here, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, 5's better unless there's like an Oregon State football game playing in Corvallis. Then you got to take 18, right?
This has happened.
So, like, and that's what I love here. Like when you're getting in and out from the different metro areas, like whether you're having to fly into Portland to get to your house out here or just coming in from one of the metro areas, there's different ways you can take. So like you can kind of, if you're smart about it, you can always kind of avoid traffic, like always 2 to 3 hours to get here. Like I remember living in.
My kids are in Bend now, and they just hop down and come, and it's 3 hours.
3 hours. I know, it's so fun. It doesn't matter what city in Oregon you're talking about. It's 3 hours to get here.
Yeah.
It's like
pretty much. Yeah.
Portland, Eugene, Bend. It's like somehow they're all the exact same distance away.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's, well, and I've even started to explore a little bit, and I've had clients looking in like the Nespelin area, north of Lincoln City.
Yeah.
That's such a cool little town. Like you got, like, especially if somebody was into golfing and really liked the beach.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty cool because everybody sees like the main, the hotel out there and like the main kind of little city center or town center or whatever. But like that's such a hidden little neighborhood where it's all little roads and everybody's got like golf carts or side by sides that they drive around in because the roads are so small and funky. Like I love that little spot up there. That's super cool.
Yeah. I agree. I've got some internet stuff going on here.
Yeah. Well, we're going on almost 20 minutes, so Deanne, we can go ahead and kick off here and get back to work. I really appreciate you jumping on with me.
My pleasure, Joe. Always my pleasure.
You got any
town lenders? We're here.
Let's wrap up with what is one hidden gem that you can turn people on to that they might not find on their own if they come here for the first time?
It would have to be the crabbing from the shore. Everybody has the thought that they have to buy crab at the store or along the, at some of those crab huts. No, you can do it from a fishing pole. You can take a kayak out and drop, pots. It doesn't matter. I think that's the big hidden deal because the bay doesn't have the ocean, the ocean kind of as it filters in, it's not that rough in the bay. So that's the gem. And the beach is pretty private. The beach is private. Our HOA dues in Bayshore are low. We've got a pool. We've got a, clubhouse. This is a cool area.
Yeah.
Very cool area.
Well, my kids used to terrorize that pool every summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to come down and do it for old time's sake when they
absolutely.
Are they opening the pool this summer or what are they doing?
You know what? They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Are they going to give it a shot?
Mark's on the board, and I think that the board is changing. So.
All right.
Yeah. So they'll figure it out.
Shake it up down there.
Yep. Always.
All right. I'll give you so let's see, my secret, my hidden gem, I'd say, if you haven't done it, there is a short hike down in Cape Perpetua that takes you to a little shelter lookout. What's the name of that hike? I can't remember it. Isn't it down to what?
Isn't that hike? Isn't it called Lookout or Lookout Trail or
Lookout Point?
Lookout
I
Point.
think it's Lookout Point. Yeah, go down. If you go to Cape Perpetua, go to the visitor center. Look for the lookout, the trail to the lookout, and you can actually drive up pretty close to it, and then it's just a short little loop. Or if you want a little bit extra adventure, you can actually take the trail from the visitor center, and it's a big switchback trail up. But I'd say that's a must see in this area. That's a good one. Only do it on a sunny day, though. Don't go out in the rain on that one. That's not fun.
No.
All right. Well, Deanne, I have a feeling we will see you at some point this weekend.
Yes, you will. Yep.
And for everybody out there, what is it? I guess it's only Thursday, so I can't start telling everyone to have a good weekend yet, right?
No, you totally can.
I can. We're at the beach, so our weekends start a little bit earlier.
Every day is a blessing at the beach.
Yeah.
Love the beach.
Well, I think Deanne and myself need to get back to it and go help some clients get into their beach houses. So
absolutely,
Deanne, thank you.
Cheers.
All right.
Talk soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.